you always talk about, you want a November team,
Right.
November team.
Kyle is starting to change.
Yeah.
Alex is beginning to change. We're getting better, but we've been in flux the whole season. We have not been able to say, okay, here's who we are, then let's just get better at what we are. And it's put us in positions where we're not as confident in each other. Guys don't believe in each other the way they should. We just haven't been together like that.
If that sort of resets the calendar, where
I have no idea. All I know is we're getting better now. Hopefully we'll start growing from here, but I don't know.
What do you think this team's identity can be, should be, or is?
I don't know. It's still developing.
when Willie's back to 11%, you think it's been using it the same way you were before the injury, or did you see some stuff while he was away?
Kyle needs to play and Alex needs to play, so it'd probably take minutes away from Ryan, probably some minutes away from Archie. Because if Alex and Kyle deserve to play more because of how they're playing, well then who's not? You got to take somebody else out. And Nerlens deserves to play. He needs to be on the floor. You can't say, well, I'm going to take 15 minutes from Nerlens. Ain't happening. So what that means is, all right, you're not getting it done, you're not getting it done, you got to step back. And so, but Willie's got to also perform. You know, so he's got to play the way he's capable, but he's fine to go. The last game, the only reason I didn't play him in the second half is because the way the game was going, I didn't want Nerlens out of the game.
One person you didn't say was Julius Mays. Has he stepped up to be that leader you think he can be?
I don't know leading, but I'll tell you what he's doing is he's playing, like I said, instead of trying to just be a jump shooter, now you're playing basketball. You know, you went out and guarded people, which means he could do it every game he plays. And just go out there and be that guy. Now, there may be some guys that are a little longer or more athletic that he couldn't do that to. Well, then you won't guard that guy.
What is it about Archie? Why is he not quite the stopper yet that you want him to be?
No mental discipline. Ryan doesn't have it. He doesn't have it. Alex doesn't have it. They'll play for a little bit and then they just stop. If they do something on offense, their heads go down and then they can't play defense. They don't have the mental discipline. A veteran like Julius had the discipline to guard that kid on every bounce, every second. He knew how important it was. The other kids don't have that discipline yet, nor would I guess any freshman except maybe a Michael Kidd-Gilchrist that I've coached would have that kind of, discipline to do that.
Is it particularly frustrating for you, given that if you line up Julius and Archie's sort of abilities, athletic abilities and size?
You got one that's 18 years old and the other that's 24. Archie's going to be pretty good when he's 24.
5 years.
What's gotten Ryan? It seemed like he had a stretch where he was pretty good. What's gotten him off track?
I don't know. Just going to keep working with it.
What sort of physical challenge do you think South Carolina is going to try to bring together?
Same, they'll do what every other team's doing. Get up in their body, be physical. You know, you bump this guy, he'll turn his back. You try to deny him the ball, he won't work to get open. I mean, they're all, and we're working on it and talking about it, and I think our guys see it. But the good news I keep coming back to, we're getting better, and individual players are now starting to feed off of each other. But we're still, when it really gets rough and tough, we've got a couple guys that just can't be in the game, and that's what hurts you.
Talked about hoping, expecting to get better, hoping you didn't take too many L's along the way. Is that the one encouraging thing? As you mentioned,
we're just hanging on. We're hanging on, and we're not near our best, and we're hanging on, and this is what happens when you have a young team. I mean, you look at numbers. We have 5 guys in double figures, and really 6. Shoot a pretty good percentage defensively, hold them to a pretty good percentage both in the 3 and the 2. I mean, literally, like really good. And we got all young kids. Why are we turning it over? We're soft with the ball. So you just come down and throw it away. You don't have that toughness. But short of that, rebounding margin, occasionally there'll be games where they'll have a 2 or a 3 that goes and gets balls, and our 2 and 3 is not tough enough to keep them off the board. But short of that, I mean, we got to become a better finishing team. We got to become a better team when we're up 15 or 16, and that's all mindset. That's all that is.
Coach, you guys are at a full strength, otherwise, like Kyle still in the role he is on the bench.
Yeah.
You said all season this has been more exhausting this year than years past. Alex, we just talked about, the question was thrown to him about being soft, and he just said I need to get more physical, but almost kind of dismissive verbally. Do you see that in practice, or do you see that he is becoming more physical?
No, he's getting better, but see, it's hard because it's embarrassing when you say to a guy, you're soft. So when I tell them, you're not tough enough, strong enough, that's embarrassing. So you got to deal with the embarrassment of it. You also got to deal with the ignorance of it. Like, not that you're dumb, you just don't even know how to be physical, how to be tough, how to wedge. So that's something that I deal with as a coach every year. Not just this year, it's what you deal with. Guys, like I said, first of all, accept your position. Accept your predicament. Accept your weaknesses. All right, what are they? Now change. It's a great thing about the human race when we figured out, man, I can change my own attitude. And then we figured out, wow, if I change all my habits, it changes who I am. Wow. Well, that's how this goes. Kyle Wilshire changed his mental attitude toward practice. He loves walking in. He's changed how he's approached practice and his habits in practice, and it's changed him. Now, they've all seen it, but here's what it is. Really hard. I think I can still get what I want without working. No. Nothing in life is that way. Anything worth having is a dogfight to get. The stuff that's free and all that stuff, it's not worth having anymore. And so that's where we are. But like I said, we're just going day to day, making strides, trying to keep ourselves in the right frame of mind, yet getting them to come to grips and be honest with each other. I gotta go. We got tests today, guys.